Once upon a time in ancient Greece, there was a grand wedding ceremony taking place in a small village. The bride and groom's families had spent months preparing for the big day, and finally, the day had arrived. As soon as the first light appeared in the sky, villagers started rushing to the bride's home to join the wedding procession. Everybody was excited, except for the bride. She was nervous and scared about getting married to a man she hardly knew. As she stepped out of her house, the villagers began singing joyful songs to honor Hymen, the Greek god of marriage ceremonies. Hymen, who was one of the Erotes, or winged love gods, was believed to inspire feasts and songs during weddings. According to legends, Hymen was the son of Apollo and one of the muses such as Clio, Calliope, Urania, or Terpsichore. His name signifies the genre of Greek lyric poetry, Hymeneos, which was sung during the bride's procession to the groom's home, addressing the god for his blessings. As the wedding procession continued, Hymen's blessings and presents at weddings were considered critical to creating a harmonious married life. In many myths, Hymen appeared as a winged figure, carrying a torch that symbolized the flame of love and passion. He was also depicted wearing a saffron robe, which was associated with the gods of love. The bride was amazed by the grandeur of the procession, but she still couldn't shake off her nervousness. Suddenly, she spotted a winged figure, dressed in a saffron robe, flying towards her. It was Hymen. He descended from the sky and took the bride's hand, leading her to the groom's home. During the wedding ceremony, Hymen's presence was felt as the couple exchanged vows, and the villagers sang songs of love and union. Hymen's blessings were invoked by many, and the wedding ceremony ended with the couple being pronounced husband and wife. The newlyweds lived a happy married life, and although there wasn't much information regarding Hymen's personal life, his presence at their wedding had made it a memory they would cherish for the rest of their lives. Hymen's importance in Greek culture was undeniable, and his blessings would continue to be invoked for generations to come. Hymen, the Greek god of marriage, was one of the most popular figures in Greek mythology and literature. He was often mentioned in connection with wedding songs and hymns as he presided over the institution of marriage and played an important role in its celebration. Despite being commonly regarded as the son of Apollo and one of the muses, his parentage was a matter of some debate. One particular story that stood out from all the myths and legends was the one found in the surviving fragment of the Megalai Ahoiai attributed to Hesiod. In this story, Hymen was described as the son of Magnus, a mortal man renowned for his handsome offspring. Apollo fell in love with Hymen, who was described as being of remarkable beauty, and spent much time in Magnus's house to be near him. The most interesting fact about Hymen was noted in Maurus Servius Honoratus' commentaries on Virgil's Eclogues. He mentioned that Hesperus, the evening star, was believed to have loved Hymenaeus, the young son of Dionysus and Ariadne. It was said that Mount Ida in Thessaly was their home, which brought new dimension to the myth surrounding the god of marriage. In Aristophanes' piece, Hymen's name featured prominently in the wedding song that was sung at the end of the play. O Hymen! O Hymenaeus, was the joyful refrain that accompanied the celebration of marriage, underscoring the Greek god's importance as a symbol of the union of couples. From these stories, it is clear that Hymen was not only an important figure in mythology but also for the Greeks in their celebration of marriage. Hymen was head over heels in love with the daughter of a wealthy Athenian woman. However, he was unfortunately of low social status and could not openly speak to or court her. But his love for her only grew stronger with each passing day. So, he turned to following her wherever she went, discreetly staying in the shadows and watching her from afar. One day, he learned that there would be a women-only procession at Eleusis, which was an important religious rite. In a bold move, Hymen disguised himself as a woman to join the procession and finally get close to his beloved. But fate had different plans. The gathering was suddenly attacked and kidnapped by pirates, with Hymen and the women taken captive. Despite the difficult situation, Hymen took charge and began to plot with the women on how to escape. His strategic planning and unwavering courage finally led to their freedom, and they even managed to kill their captors in the process. To show his gratitude for their bravery, Hymen promised to marry one of the women in exchange for their help. He chose his beloved and they went on to live a happy and joyous life together. The Athenians were inspired by Hymen's courage and devotion, and they began to honor him by instituting festivals in his name. Ultimately, Hymen was even deified as the god of marriage. Interestingly, according to an account by Apollodorus, the Orphics report that Hymen was resurrected by Asclepius, adding another fascinating layer to the already remarkable story of Hymen and his love for his bride. Hymen, the Greek god of marriage and weddings, was often depicted attending and blessing the union of brides and grooms. He was portrayed as a young man adorned with a crown of flowers and carrying a torch symbolizing the couple's passion and commitment to each other. Interestingly, despite being the god of marriage, Hymen himself never married. Instead, he fell in love with a mortal woman, Nereus, who did not reciprocate his feelings. Heartbroken, the god transformed himself into a swarm of bees and stung Nereus, causing her death. Beyond his role in weddings, Hymen also played a significant part in the Thesmophoria festival, which was celebrated to honor Demeter and Persephone. During the festivities, women would go to the fields and perform secret rites in makeshift tents. Hymen would be present during these rituals, ensuring the fertility of the land and the harvest's prosperity. Furthermore, the term hymen, which refers to the thin membrane covering the vaginal opening, also shares its etymology roots with the god Hymen. The Proto-Indo-European root ***, which means, to sew together, was used to describe the membrane and was also connected to the god's name. Although this was not a direct connection, it led to a folk etymology associating the two.
Do you want to explore more Greek mythology stories? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.